Okay. Now the next one is now let's till now if you have been doing whatever we have been doing is basically a one-dimensional array. That means we required only one index to we required only one index to refer to a particular element in the array. So now we will look at two-dimensional arrays again, which basically means that you require two indices to access the elements. Okay, so our first program will be to read the elements into the two-dimensional array and displaying the same after reading it from the array. Okay, let's make it hash include iostream.h hash include conio.h hash include iomanip.h. Okay, void main. Okay, so now we need to initialize the variables. So remember I told you we will require two indices, so 5 5. Okay, so this is how we declare an array, two-dimensional array. Naturally, which means we require two variables, one for the first index and the second for the second index. Okay, and two variables for going through the setting up the loop. Okay, so now CLR SCR clearing the screen. Okay, cout, enter the order of the array. Now order basically means how many rows, how many columns. Okay, so scene M and N. Okay, how many okay, we have looked at the order. Now we need to accept the values and store it in the array elements. So for I is equal to 0, I is equal to 0, I less than M. Remember, M is the number of rows. See, either we can fill up row wise or column wise, so we can do it in any order. Okay, and I plus plus. So let us say this is the array which will take us through the row by row. Now within a row we need to go for column by column. Okay, within a row each column. Okay, so j is equal to 0, j less than n, and j plus plus. Okay, now scene A I j. Now by the way, either you have already learned this about arrays or you will be learning it in your mathematics, where we call it as matrices, right? So we might have a just a row matrix or a column matrix. When you're coding for column matrix or row matrix, basically there is no difference. But when we talk of two-dimensional matrices, we will be we will basically be doing this itself. In maths we'll be doing it by hand. Here we are writing the code for that. Okay, so now Cout, now we have to display it. Okay, so Cout, the elements are, okay, and we are going to display it on the next line, so end L. Okay, now if you notice, we had set up double loop, one nested loop, one to go through the rows, the other to go through the column within that row. So since we require the same thing, we might as well copy paste it. So edit, copy, click here and paste. Okay, so we have the loop setup. Okay, now we need to display it. Now because there will be multiple statements, we need to put code block. So let's set up the code block. Okay, now Cout, we want to give some space, so 5, we can give any value, and a of I and j. Okay, and then this for loop will cover, let's say, the row. So at the end of the row we need to take it to the next line, so end L. Now because there are two statements, that's why we need to put the code block. Okay, now once all the rows have been printed, we just ask it to wait. Okay, so now let's run it. Errors, don't be scared of errors. Just go through the code and see what mistake you have done. Okay, this should have been this direction. Okay, okay, enter the order of the array. So let's say 2 and 2. Okay, there's some problem. Okay, here I should have put, see, enter the order. Once I enter the order, then it directly starts accepting the values of the elements, and because there is no prompt, it can be confusing a little bit. So let's display a prompt, and since the moment you display a prompt it becomes two statements, we need to put a code block. Okay, so Cout, enter the I, okay, and then let's say comma, and then j, and then j value. Okay, now let's see. Now this would be 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, see, enter the 0 0 value. Okay, let's say that is 3. 0 1 value, let's say 6. Let's say 1 comma 0 value is 2, and 9. Okay, so 3 6 2 9. So first we, so basically we are going row by row. Okay, 3 6 2 9. Okay, great. So we have initialized the two-dimensional array, and we have read through it and displayed. So that completes the task. So let's save it. Let's save it in source. let's save it as 2-dimension read write. Okay, and now let's quit.